She's live on the scene of an overnight structure fire. Taylor, what do we know at this hour?
Well, what we know so far is that it's an old, unused mill. It's been vacant for at least 5 years. You can see I'm standing here on the intersection of Main Street and South Windham Road. There's a lot of activity going on behind me now, but before we get to that, I want to get to some more information from South Windham Fire Chief Jan Mott. Jan, thank you so much for being with us. What can you tell us so far?
This morning at 1:53, we were dispatched to a possible structure fire involving a mill. First engine arrived at 1:57, and at 2 o'clock we went to a third alarm. The building was fully involved. And on hand we had 18 fire departments and we had 83 fire personnel. We're still hitting hot spots in the building. We'll be here for quite a while.
When you say a 3-alarm fire and it was fully involved, can you just explain to our viewers at home what that looked like?
At each alarm we go up actually adds more apparatus and personnel to the call.
And what did the flames look like coming out of the building when you got here?
The whole building was just fully involved. It was all red, nothing.
And so far, do you know if anyone was inside of the building?
We don't believe anybody's inside. It's an unused factory. It's been unused for about 5 years.
How did you get alerted to the call? Who called 911?
911 took multiple calls, then we were activated with our pagers to come to the call.
Perfect. Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
As you can see right now, there are fire trucks still spraying from the outside of the building. You can still see where the smoke is coming out. They had to break in the front windows in order to get from the outside of the building to hit on the hot spots of the fire there. The police chief or fire chief tells me that they did not fight this fire from the inside of the building. They actually stayed on the outside for firefighter safety because, as you just heard Chief Mott say, the flames were coming so far out of the building it was just red and smoky when they got here. Of course, we'll have any more information for you right here on Fox 61 News, on air, online, and on our Fox 61 News app. I'm live in Windham. Taylor Dichello, Fox 61 News.
Night. Fox 61's Taylor Dichello, she has been on the scene for us, gathering as much information as she can. Taylor, did everyone get out safely? Anyone inside at the time?
Aisha, no one, thankfully, was inside of this building. It was actually an old, unused mill. It's been vacant for at least 10 years. However, just moments before I came here to talk to you, I was talking to the town's Director of Development, Matt Verteve, and he says that a New York company actually bought this building to move his company here, and of course now this fire happened overnight. The state police fire marshal did just get here a few moments before us, and they're here. They're going to be investigating the fire, but Matt Verteve says that fire departments will be here for most of the day, putting out hot spots the next day or two because it is unstructurally unsound. Luckily, there wasn't much inside of the building that was lost, but clearly the whole building is just lost. I'm live in South Windham. Taylor Dichello, Fox 61 News.
Taylor Dichello, she's live in East Hartford for us right now for History Day. Taylor, what is it all about?
So History Day is actually a national thing, but we celebrate it right here in Connecticut, and there are many schools that participate in History Day. Students work all year long on a project that they then come and display today on History Day, and if they win their exhibit, they may even have a chance to go to Washington, D.C. for nationals. And I'm actually with one student. You can see her set here. Her name is Lindsay. She's been doing this for the past 6 years now. She's a junior at Conard High School, and you've actually gone to Washington, D.C. before.
I have, yes.
What is your exhibit? Can you show me here?
So the title of my project is When a Triumph Turns in, or when turning a tragedy into a triumph, Dolly Madison, the War of 1812, and the creation of a national identity. So I'm doing my project on Dolly Madison, the wife of our 4th president, James Madison, and my thesis centers around how she helped to create an identity for our nation out of the burning of the White House in 1814.
Very interesting. You're doing a performance today. Quickly tell us a little bit about your performance.
So my performance is a 10-minute monologue that I wrote, memorized myself. And so the premise of it is that Dolly Madison is talking to Mrs. Polk, the wife of our President Polk, and then halfway through I transition into the burning of the White House, where she's kind of reflecting on what had happened to her and how that drove her and motivated her in saving the portrait of George Washington to kind of formulate an identity for our nation that still continues today.
Why is history something that's important to you to learn?
I've just always been so fascinated by it, and through History Day, I've really been given a platform to show what I'm so passionate about, and I'm so incredibly thankful for all the experiences I've had. I've gone to the national competition twice, and it's just given me a lot more confidence than I had previously, and I think that's really plays into how history has played a role in my life.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Lindsay, and good luck today. This looks like an awesome performance. And so I was also talking to the director of History Day a few moments ago, and her name is Rebecca, and she told me that they've had kids who have done exhibits here, like documentaries, who have then gone on to be in the film industry. So it really helps shape kids' lives, not only in finding their historical passions, but also finding what their passions for life and their careers are. So definitely an interesting thing. We'll keep you updated on this and see who gets to go to the state competition at CCSU coming up. I'm live in East Hartford. Taylor Dichello, Fox 61 News.